How are you today?
We are so good. This movie is coming out.
Yes. Well, congratulations on the film. I really enjoyed it. And I want to go to you first, Kiki, and ask you a little bit about this kind of deepening mentorship between Niall and Andy and the evolution of that we see in this film.
I think it's something that the first film really started to set up, just kind of this beautiful journey that they go on of literally first starting off fighting each other. And then, Niall, sacrificing her life. She's immortal. But, saving Andy and coming back for the team and really choosing the old guard as her family. And I think we see that continuing in the second film and, seeing what she's learning. Niall is learning from Andy, and I get to learn from Charlize and learn from Uma this time around, too.
Yeah, I love that on and off screen. Yeah, thank you. And Charlize, would you talk a little bit? I love that you kind of phrased it the way that you did, because it feels like the old guard is a little bit of a chosen family, and which is important to so many communities. And I love also that there's a sorority in here. And would you talk about this very deep connection that Andy has with Quinn, and kind of how that comes to the surface in this film?
Yeah, it's truly been one of my top favorite relationships that I've ever been a part of in the development period. We get to explore it as a thought, really, in the first one.
Yeah.
And it really served one purpose, and that was to just say that Andy is haunted by something, right? It was a way to kind of set her up. But Greg Rucka always knew that she was a huge part of the graphic novel series. And after we did the first movie, I knew that, she was going to be a big part of it, just because of how much we emotionally leaned on her for Andy's emotional story. And therefore, it was never kind of like this linear exploration. It's been this kind of searching and grabbing, and which is what I think makes this relationship really interesting. We've had to discover it in a way as we're going along, and to me that is almost exactly who they are to each other. They had to do that same thing with each other, and since they haven't seen each other in 500 years, they're grabbing onto memories. The way I can't even remember things when I was 5 years old. We make history, we remember it the way we want to, right? Yeah. And I love that the two of them are coming together with all of that, and that we don't get into the specifics. They just are. We're not underlining them. Right. We're not saying who they are to each other. They're just living those circumstances, and I love those kind of relationships.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, thank you so much. And then, Uma, you play the kind of a villain of the film, but also one with her own ethical code. But what I think is very interesting is that Discord and Andy, I think it works really well because there seems to be a deep respect for one another in their relationship and their past. And I wonder if you might be able to touch on that.
I think that I think there is a deep respect, and I think that I think also that what Andy has created for herself, what Discord doesn't have, which is the ability to continue to connect and have, closeness with others and give her life meaning. And Discord has sort of, I think, really struggled with having kind of somewhat angrily let that not succeeded in that area. But they've also both lived for so long, so I think they're just coming at the sort of pondering good and evil, and losing faith, and losing hope. Yeah. And I think that they both wrestle with that in different ways. And I think that in the first one, I felt like there was that sort of conflict in Charlize's character. I think Discord is to the left, to the right, which way is a little bit shadier, and or at a different point in her own struggle, and with giving up, with losing hope, losing faith, and letting darkness consume. So I think people go through that in their own lives. Yeah. So I think that's one of the cool things that that Charlize and everyone has done with the piece is they're taking something in a magical, extraordinary way that is also quite relatable on a human life level.
Yeah.